Of P2B is an eyes opener, and that's why I said I love what he's doing. I'm encouraged by what he's doing, because if it's not doing what he's doing, it means that South.
Guys, welcome back to Lion Mark TV. Mark here with another exciting, delighting, and much interesting video here on the channel. This one particularly is still politics. You know, a lot of us are really interested in the politics of this country at the moment now, and trust me, there's every reason for every Nigerian to be interested in the politics of this country. You know, we have ignored this particular fact for too long, and it has gone out of control. So now it's an eye-opening. Yes, Governor Umahi of Ebonyi State is of the APC. He decamped from PDP to APC, but he's given his full support to Peter Obi, and yes, he has a lot to say about that. On several occasions he mentioned it. He said it in his interview with Arise TV, and also said it again in another interview with AIT. These clips are some of the clips where he actually confirmed it himself that if his party did not win, Obi should take the lead, and he is fully obedient. Listen, don't forget to subscribe.
What happened during the primaries of PDP and APC, you know, were kind of miscalculation by our people. But to say whether they are ready for the presidency of the country anytime, I think that the movement of P2B is an eyes opener, and that's why I said I love what he's doing. I'm encouraged by what he's doing, because if it's not doing what it's doing, it means that Southeast would have been forgotten. So while my party takes the victory, he has prepared, you know, he would have prepared a very good ground for the Southeast presidency, so that nobody is going to write us off, and you can see the level of his acceptability, which does not translate to victory over APC. As a party man, I would wish that our party wins, and if God says no, the next person I wish that should win, you know, is P2B, because I believe strongly, and I will say it anyway, in this North-South presidency. After the North has taken 8 years, there is no moral justification to be seeking to take another 8 years. It should go to the South. And so I support, in
another very clear statement with Arise TV, he also stated clear that if P2B should win, he would definitely host him as a friend and a brother from the east part of Nigeria and the south. And he also threw light about the Igbo presidency, you know, having a party, having someone comes out from the east or the south part of Nigeria as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A whole lot of questions were thrown to him, and he did his best. He did his best to answer this. Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment.
I never in all my outings, in our utterances, mention P2B. P2B is my friend. I'm going to host him in Ebonyi State, and I will host him publicly. I like what he's doing, and it's very encouraging. And that is, where it is. So I never mention P2B in anything I'm saying. And the B part of your question is that I've answered it two ways. One is that campaign has not started, so no comments. And if you, drive me further, I will ask you to go to my oath of alliance, oath of allegiance, which I swore, before contesting the primaries of APC, and so you will find an answer, for me as a person.
Let me go back to your party and let's talk issues. It's been an all-time low economically for Nigeria. You would agree with me that the economic indices says that Nigeria was better in 2015 economically than now. That your party has taken Nigeria downwards. There's insecurity everywhere. Even in your state, you've dealt with your own level of insecurity. Unemployment, well over 30%, going to the 40%. Nigeria, as we speak today, is broke, paying heavy subsidies. We are using all of our money made to service revenue. We can't even do capital project next year. The finance minister of this administration said that. What is sweet to sell about your party?
Rufai, they say charity begins at home. Can you drive this your position back in Ebonyi State? Where the statistics, National Bureau of Statistics, has rated us, excellently in a number of economic indices. And this is, a fact. But let me also let you know something. You are more exposed than myself to understand that, there is global economic recession, all over. The only economy that seems to be doing well is the Russian economy. And the reasons are there. The American economy is not doing well now. The economy of Britain is not doing well. There are a lot of economic problems in China as we talk now. So it's not peculiar to Nigeria. But I think that we can do better. The APC government is not saying that they have scored 100%. No, there are a lot of ways to improve. But I think that the improvement on our societal ills and the where we expect to be is the responsibility of everybody. And I believe strongly that if we can tone up our level of patriotism in this country, it will help quite a lot. The security issue is the problem of everybody. We are fighting insecurity everywhere, and that's why we have our vigilante. And some people will jump out, to attack the vigilante that are doing extremely very well. So we have to evaluate this, and I know that's not a problem of one person or party, affair as such. It's a global problem, and it's also a problem that are peculiar with us, which we must all sit down to solve.
Okay, Governor. Question: What would you say then that people in the southeast of Nigeria are likely to vote based on in 2023? What factors do you think that people from the southeast of Nigeria are going to be considering as they go to the polls next year?
I think we still have about 3 weeks now, and I will appear before you again when campaign starts. Don't let me break the law. I've answered this severally. And I won't also be in one corner of my house in Ebonyi State and know what is going to happen in Anambra State, in Imo State. It is when campaigns start, then you begin to evaluate the opinions of people, and we'll all be there to watch and see what will happen. There are going to be choices, and people are going to make their choices based on a number of parameters.
Okay, let me rephrase it.
Some may be available to me, some may not be available to me.
That's fair enough, Governor. Let me rephrase it then. What would you say the specific needs of the people of Ebonyi State are as we approach elections? What are the specific needs in your state?
Just like when the Southeast people are crying about marginalization in the context of the entire country, we in Ebonyi, we also crying about marginalization amongst our brother and sisters of Southeast states. We want to be given opportunity, to, aspire. And I think that, everything we have now in Ebonyi State, even though we're coming from, Imo State, Anambra State, Enugu State, and so on and so forth, we were the dust of the nation before the creation of Ebonyi State. So I think the needs of our people, is the opportunity, where there are opportunities for Southeast, we should be treated equally. We should be given the opportunity also, to vie for the highest, positions when they are made available for Southeast. And I think, Ebonyi State, we need to, increase the level of our infrastructure, because before now we had no roads. But thank God we have built the most solid roads, in the entire country. And we've also put a lot of economic indices. We need to, increase it. We need to connect our medical university and the international airport with a rail. We need to increase, the number of industries. We need to also be given the opportunity, to also in our competitive advantage of agriculture to honestly, thrive very much in that field and in mining. I think that we have a lot of opportunities in mining, we have a lot of opportunity in agriculture, and also even in industries. We should be, assisted. And that's why each time they talk about, the kind of a structural adjustment. And I say that, look, they should be restructuring, but they should be administrative restructuring, where power, is shifted more to, states. and and then economic restructuring, where the states like Ebonyi State should be given some funds so that we'll be able to enhance their infrastructure, development and human resource development, so that they will be able to compete like other states. And at that stage, we should be able to all sit down to say, look, each state, should be given the opportunity, to manage, their resources and pay, tax to the center. I think this is very important, because if you leave us now, having milked us, human resources-wise and our mineral resources to build a nation, and then you leave us and say, look, you go and, develop your state with what? So we need the support of the federal government to develop our human resources and our infrastructure.
Okay, Governor, the Ebonyi South concerned citizens that I referred to earlier on, who seem to be supporting Mrs. Agomeze, they are asking the question in one of their statements that, what exactly do you want to go and do in the Senate? That having been governor for 8 years, are you also just planning to go to the Senate after a fashion as some kind of retirement benefit? Or, is there something else that you still want to do? So beyond the state, do you have an agenda for the Senate? And what would that agenda be and its benefits to the people of Ebonyi State? Second, there was an attack on women, it was alleged, around August 20 at People's Hall in Abakaliki. And, some of your critics say, after a fashion, that you use the Ebubeagu security outfit to intimidate everybody in the state. Can you respond to that allegation?
Well, but I'm surprised you're asking me what I'm going to do in the Senate. A man with a lot of God's-given wisdom, a man with track record of performance, and you've seen all the indices of our performance in Ebonyi State. And if I have represented the state very well, and you're asking me what I'm going to do in the Senate, is to continue what I've been doing here in Ebonyi State. And I don't know who are who that you say that are supporting Agomez. Of course, there is no way. And I've said it that a church of Satan was opened in Aba, in Abia State, and they has followers. So there is no way she will not have 1 or 2 persons, supported. But in the election, she participated. Out of 285, she got only 2 votes. So is that support? So to say. So, answering your question, I'm going to the Senate to continue with what I have done in Ebonyi State. And I'm very proud of what God has, done for us in Ebonyi State under my leadership. I beat my chest anytime, and I ask anybody to come for, constructive debate, over our performances in Ebonyi State. Right. And I wasn't I was outside the country, but there was a very, serious strife between 2 factions of PDP in the state. And as the chief security officer, anything that happens, don't forget that one of the factions, the talks are still, before the court, where they were caught with guns, going to kill themselves. It's been a very serious strife between.
I hope you enjoy every highlight from what he said here in this video. Umahi is someone who I think I see him with of a high esteem. Aside being one of the best governors in the southeast and the south, he's also a governor who is very smart enough to answer questions the way they should be. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.